All right, everyone, welcome into another week of the Run Your Day podcast. As always, Dan Hafner here, Monday morning, ready to get after it. Hope you're as excited as me. New theme for this week is relevance. All right. And the first episode inside of this theme is this: what is relevant to you? Sit back, relax, and get ready for today's show.
Welcome to the Run Your Day podcast, where our goal is to expand your focus and perspective on life. This is your daily dose of motivation, mindfulness, and so much more. And now, here to help you take your day back, your host, Dan Hafner.
All right, everybody. So, relevancy is the theme of the week. And what is relevant to you is today's topic. When I thought of this theme to talk about for the week, it really meant a lot to me to talk about this one as well, because this is, I think relevancy is a better word to use than focus or clarity or any one of those words, because relevancy really encapsulates, I think, like the essence of why we do what we do, right? Is what you're actually doing relevant to what you want? Like, that's it in a nutshell. The end, period, show over. I mean, seriously though, like, if you think about how many times a day you do things that aren't relevant to what you're trying to accomplish, it's mind-boggling. You know, I've talked about this before, where we get caught up in the four quadrants of, important and urgent tasks. And a lot of times we spend a lot of our days in that quadrant of things that are urgent and important. And the thing about that quadrant is that is where stress levels are the highest, right? Those are other things from other people that are more important to them that get put onto you, or things that you actually go out of your way to do for other people that are not relevant to what you're trying to do. So you're actually giving yourself more work, or you're getting it put on you, for something that is basically meaningless towards what you want to do. Now, it might not be meaningless. It might be something that is actually relevant to what you want, or relevant to what you're studying, or whatever it might be. Chances are it probably isn't. So there's this constant battle of trying to figure out, like, I get it. Life comes up, things come up. You can't help when fires arise in your life, right? But at the end of the day, you have to be focused on taking actions that are relevant to you, not relevant to anyone else. If and really it comes down to what's important to you. What are you prioritizing in your life that you are making time for? Even like yesterday, even with the extra hour in the day, you get an extra hour to do things. You only get one 25-hour day in a year, right? Like, how do you spend it? Do you actually just use it as an excuse to sleep in more and get up your extra hour of sleep? Or do you like take the time to be like, oh, I got a whole extra hour today. I'm going to get more stuff done that I actually want to get done. And that's relevancy, right? And I know, like yesterday, I had a whole bunch of things that I wanted to do. And my wife actually had to work. And when she came home, we made time to go take our dogs for a walk down by the river in Charleston, West Virginia, down here. Like, we made time for that because it's relevant to spending time together, to strengthening our connection, to, just basically, ensuring that our dogs are healthy. And like, it's relevant to a lot of things. And it was a good time to spend together for a lot of different purposes. So that is really when it comes into an advanced stage of, can one action not only be relevant towards one outcome that you're trying to get, or one target, or lifestyle change that you're trying to implement, but can one action actually be relevant to multiple different outcomes? Can you extract more value out of a single action towards more outcomes? right? That, I think, is the epitome of multitasking, right? It's not cooking while you watch TV. It's not doing two things at once. It's being able to take one specific action that you can apply to different areas of your life, and it's actually relevant. I wasn't even planning on talking about this today, but I really like the way that came out because I really think there's a lot to dig into here. That is really what people talk about, multitasking all the time, and how it's, how it changed people's lives or how it ruins people's lives, right? You can't multitask. I think that you can multitask if you can find a way to make your actions relevant across different areas of your life. So like that, what I just used is a perfect example. Going for a walk or going for a group workout or whatever it might be is beneficial across many areas of your life. Not only does it give you some physical activity, it releases some mental stress that you might have. You're spending quality time with people. You're building relationships, So my challenge for you today is to think about this. Seriously, think about this. What areas of your life are you not taking relevant action towards what you want, and it's causing you additional stress, additional pain and anguish and frustration because you're constantly getting sidetracked? And then dig a little deeper into that and think, how can I knock out multiple outcomes, multiple relevant outcomes to myself through singular actions? And you might not be able to find the answer to this today. This takes time. This takes time to be able to figure out the ratio of one action can be relevant to 2 different outcomes or 3 different outcomes or 5 different outcomes or whatever you might be talking about. It takes time. This is not going to happen for you today, tomorrow, next week, next month. This will take time to develop, but you'll start to see that the more actions you take that are relevant in your life, they will spread across your life evenly in ways that you can't even imagine right now. I'm telling you, it's true. It happens to me all the time. And that's just one example that I can think of off the top of my head that was relevant across different areas of my life. And it only took about a half hour. It really is not that big of a deal. So that's my challenge for you today. As always, I highly encourage you to either journal this, write it down, keep a running journal of the things that I'm challenging you to do, because the more you write these things down and the more you want to implement them, the more relevancy, see what I did there? The more relevancy it will actually have in your life. So I really encourage you to, if you're not sharing these anywhere, if you're not, posting these anywhere, doing anything with them, I highly recommend you get a journal and a pen or a piece of paper or a sticky note, whatever it is. Write these down every day. Write down these challenges. Think about them for 5 minutes. Think about what in my life do I need to be more relevant at? Where do my actions need to be more relevant? Where can I find an action that's multi-relevant across my life? And just think about them and try to implement them as you go throughout your day. I know it's tough. I know we have 100 different things going on, but if you can train yourself to take that 5 minutes every day to really try to accelerate your timeline and double down on yourself, you'd be amazed at the results. You'd be amazed at the results. Okay. So I highly encourage you to do that. Really looking forward to digging further into this topic of relevancy with you guys the rest of this week. That's going to wrap up today's show for today. As always, thank you very much for joining the Run Your Day podcast. Dan Hafner signing off, and we will talk to you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Run Your Day podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, feel free to share today's show with friends and family. Until next time, have a great day.